Hello everyone, my name is Bekon Sinikaka. Welcome to my YouTube lecture channel as I discuss project management circle today. Endeavor to listen attentively to this lecture because it will expose you to the processes of how to manage your project effectively. Considering the fact that individuals usually conceive beautiful and innovative ideas, but how to start their project is always a major challenge. So I'm going to teach you today the different stages involved in project management so that when next you want to embark on projects, as you apply them, you're going to see you are going to have good result and outcome. Now, when you're starting a project, it is very important for you to have a mental picture and a clear understanding of what you want to do, because that sets the foundation for success. If you do not have a mental picture of what you want to do, it implies that you're already planning to fail because you will not be able to know how to navigate through to achieve the objective of that your idea. Although it is usually very difficult to start a project or to start an idea that has been conceived. But this lecture today is going to expose you to the different stages on how to manage your project so that you have a clear understanding of each phase. You have a clear understanding how to manage the project, track the progress of the project, and you'll be able to manage your budget and cost effectively. Now, what is project management cycle? Project management cycle is a set of outline, a set of procedures, a structured plan of action that guides project managers to be able to manage a project from the inception point to the point where the project is completed successfully. It is a framework that guides project managers so that they can be able to achieve their project successfully. Although this project management cycle may not be followed sequentially because sometimes the, the phases overlap with each other. I am going to highlight these phases in this lecture so that you have a clear understanding of them. We have 5 project management cycles. Firstly, we have the initiation phase. Secondly, we have the planning phase. Thirdly, we have the execution phase. Fourthly, we have the monitoring and evaluation phase. And lastly, we have the closing phase. Let's start by looking at the initiation stage. The initiation stage is the point where the idea which you've already conceived in your mind, in your head, is initiated. At this point, you set the objectives, the goals, the scope of the project. You identify what you truly want to do. It is advisable at this stage for project managers to design what is regarded as project management charter. The project management charter is a document that will contain the title of the project you want to execute. If it is a water project, if it is a road project, if it is a healthcare facility, you capture it there in the title of the project. Same in that project management charter, you identify the scope, the objectives, the stakeholders and the beneficiaries of the project, as well as the time frame that this project is going to last. It is at this point that you clearly identify what you want to do, the impact of your project. You get to know it at this point. The second phase is the planning phase. At the planning phase, you identify how you want to go about the execution of this project. You decide how to allocate your resources. You define the budgets, the number of labor, the materials you need for you to be able to achieve the essence of this project. At the planning stage, these goals you have set, you define modalities on how to achieve them, and then you assign responsibilities to team members. You break down the project into phases, and then you assign team members to head them. You allot timeline to them so that you can be able to know that, okay, between the next 3 months, I'll be able to achieve the first phase of the project. In the next 6 months, I'll be able to achieve the first phase of the project. So you structure the project into phases at the planning stage. The next phase is the execution stage. The execution stage is very important, and this is where most people fail. So it is advisable to take this phase very important. This phase is the point where you mobilize both men and material resources to the field. You take action, you match your words with action. All the designs you've been doing, it is at this point that you put them into action. It is at this point that you mobilize men and material resources to the field. If it is a road construction you're doing, it is at this point that you mobilize bulldozers. You mobilize heavy equipment to the field, to the road, so that you can be able to start the implementation process. The next phase is the monitoring and evaluation stage. At this stage, the project manager monitors what have been done. He or she tries to assess if what has been done meets the required standard and specification that was earlier quoted at the inception stage. At this point, you evaluate if the project that has been done has been able to address the existing problem. It is at this point you assess the performance of the project. Thereafter, you close the project, which is the last phase. At this closing stage, you sign off formally. You hand over the project to the beneficiaries, to the stakeholders, and then an official commissioning of the project is done. So it is advisable that project managers follow these procedures so that they can be able to achieve the whole essence of their project. They can be able to complete their project on time using quality standards. Thank you for listening. However, endeavor to share this video, like the video, comment by asking your question, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time and stay blessed.